All right. Second bed box is done. Nice. Going around getting the cage getting going. So now it's time to get the roof of the box and then the perimeter of the cage done. And look at that, we're getting good. Oh, got the support structure for the roof going. And it's coming along freaking awesome. You know, there are a few things in the world that bring out the giggles in someone. And for me, it's when a project that you have in mind's eye comes through, you know. No plans or anything like that. Just one of those things you just decide to build one day. And I know this is not fine craftsmanship. For what it is, though, it's coming out pretty darn good. So essentially, the entire body of the living quarters of the coop is done. Of course, I've got the fine detail sanding and trim and everything like that to do to make it look really nice. But as it is right now, she's doing pretty good. So now what I got to do is get the perimeter fencing done for it. So that way these little girls and boys can get in here and start plucking around a little bit, get them out of those little baby totes that they're in. Tool down. Let's see real quick. But essentially, she's coming along pretty nice. You know, obviously, as you can see, you know, on the inside, there's still quite a bit of gaping and everything I need to seal up. Essentially, what I want to do is so if you imagine what the little part of the garden box is right there, I'm going to build a single wall, and that's going to have the chicken fence and everything in it. And just in this small area for the last like 3 or 4 weeks that we live at this house, I'm just going to build myself a nice big enough of an area where the chicks can actually walk around and do things. But when we get to the new property, the house itself is going to have an additional, I'd say probably about another additional 6 feet on each side, and probably about a good 24 to 32 feet long. I want them to be able to have enough space to be able to, while we're at work and not on the property watching and being mindful of them, have enough room to be able to pluck around and have some fun. So I'm actually really happy with it, the way this is turning out. I know you guys are going to needle pick every single bit of the detail and everything on this, but that doesn't make a bit of difference. In my life, I don't go for perfection. I go for strength, you know, and this thing is sturdy. It's strong. It's going to be able to last the test of time, but this is just what I'm doing. And I hope you guys are starting to get more encouraged on the small things that you can do in your life to make your guys' lives a little bit better. One thing I'm looking forward to the most about in this new move is the fact that I'm bringing my family back into the basics of the world. This is going to be a great way for me to escape what I consider the immoral chaos of what the world is doing right now, and be able to bring myself and my family back in touch with what nature initially designed it for us. Whether it's nature for some folks, or for like me, I refer to God as being the ultimate creator on things. So whichever way your viewpoint is, it doesn't matter to me. You know, just bring yourself more in balance to what the chaos of this world is. Bring it back into the balance of what nature designed. Well, I think I can start getting the perimeter fences going and letting the girls out to check around for a little bit while I finish the sanding and smoothing out and then sealing of the wood. Check back with you guys in a few. Well, now that the main body of the chicken coop is done, I started putting in the wire around the base of it so that way I can get these girls and boys into their new home. Here is the first fencing panel that I put together. And essentially what this is going to do is it's going to make this coop to be modular. And I can put straight on from the main body of the house, extending it out, or I can put them to each side and then extend it out from here. What that's going to do is allow me to grow the cage while we're at the new property, so that way they can have more and more room as they grow up. You know, as long as we're not at work, the chicks are going to be able to free range. But I'm using this this bundle here of 1/4 inch squared chick wire. I went with the heavier duty gauge wire on this one just in case. And then when we move out there, I'm also going to be lining the bottom of the perimeter with about a foot of length, so like 6 inches high and 6 inches to the side, buried under the ground, so that way nothing can crawl under it and get to the chicks. But something that I noticed on this one with these rolls is when you're working with them, you really got to be careful, because every time you separate these lines, you get these sharp bars all around, and the wire itself is still under kind of like a spring tension because it's been coiled. And if you don't keep this ahead, you'll get punched in the face with basically just road spikes all across. So yes, I got punched in the face with these, and I've got like 6 or 7 little micro punctures in my chin at the moment, bleeding because I'm an idiot. Also, when you're working with any kind of wire or anything like that, anticipate bleeding. It's going to happen. But I figure I'd just give you a little bit of a heads up on the aspect that here pretty soon, this is going to be in operation. So we'll check back here in just a few. All right, so got the first 2 perimeter fencing done, and I'm wiped. I think I'm going to call it a night tonight, and tomorrow we will finish this in full. I can't wait to see it when it's done.